Chapter 6. The House Remembers. Time resolved itself, not in a single grand gesture, but in accumulation. A dozen small compromises, a willingness to be disappointed and come back anyway. The quiet knowledge that letters found one another even when they shouldn't have. On an autumn afternoon years after the first envelope, Elena left the house with a bag and a plan to sell it. She walked to the mailbox to drop a final note into the slot, a letter of thanks more than farewell. The narrator watched the way Elena hesitated, then folded her hands. From the opposite shore, years and decisions later, Daniel came upon a page of his own, a letter tucked beneath a rock at the water's edge like a message in a bottle. He had not known whether they would ever meet. He had kept living as she had, but the lake had kept memory. It had bent days like reeds and had held their word safe. When Elena and Daniel finally arranged to be in the same calendar week, they did not clutch at spectacle. Their meeting was simple. Two people who knew each other's handwriting and the small details of one another's lives, who had spent years practicing how to love from a distance. The narrator, who had been their silent midwife, watched them as they navigated the awkwardness of turning a life made of sentences into a life of days. They laughed at misremembered jokes. They arranged the furniture together. They discovered that love was not a single grand alignment, but a series of refusals to give up. The house held their laughter like a long-stitched seam. The mailbox, painted again and polished, stood by the roadside and no longer needed to bend time to make lovers. People sometimes asked the narrator if what had happened was magic. She would smile and say that the lake remembered what mattered, and that two people who refused to let distance be a reason had rewritten the rules of their own heart.